Ever wondered why the United States was established? Was it because the English just needed a place to dump their unwanted tea? Now that's a thought, isn't it? But let's rewind to the real reasons. The early English settlers, you see, had dreams. Big dreams. They imagined a new land of opportunity, a place where they could grow their own tea. Yes, you heard that right. They were quite the tea enthusiasts. But alas, their dreams were shattered when they found out that tea plants weren't too keen on the harsh winters of the New World. And let's not even start on the mild summers they were promised. Mild? More like, where did the sun go? They were expecting a paradise where the sun kissed the earth and tea plants bloomed. What they got, however, was an extended game of hide and seek with the sun. So the early settlers didn't exactly get the tropical paradise they were promised. Instead, they got a place where the sun seemed to have gone on an extended vacation. But hey, things started to look up, right? Wrong. The English thought it would be hilarious to introduce something called taxes. Taxes, as we all know, are just the universe's way of reminding us that nothing in life is really free, not even freedom itself. So the Brits, in all their wisdom, decided that the colonists, living an ocean away, should pay taxes without having any say in how those taxes were used. They called it no taxation without representation, which was a bit like telling someone they're invited to a party, but they have to stay in the kitchen and wash dishes the whole time. The colonists, understandably, didn't find this as amusing as the English crown did. It was a bit like being asked to pay for someone else's lunch every day, and then being told you can't even have a bite. So the colonists were paying taxes to a king who was about as interested in their opinions as a cat is in a cucumber. Finally, the colonists had enough and decided to do something radical, like creating their own country. Because why not? It was a bit like deciding to start a rock band, except instead of music, they were looking at a massive revolution. Then came the Declaration of Independence, a breakup letter to Britain that was as dramatic as any soap opera. "It's not us, it's you," they said. "We're done paying taxes without representation." The colonists were ready to change their relationship status from British colony to it's complicated. But breaking up is hard to do, especially when your ex has a formidable army. Thus, the Revolutionary War was on. It was a scrappy, hard-fought affair, like a heavyweight boxing match, only with muskets and cannons. Despite the odds, the colonists emerged victorious. They had declared their independence and against all odds made it stick. And voila, just like that, the United States was born. All thanks to some overpriced tea and a king with selective hearing. So, what have we learned from this wild ride through history? Well, let's see. The United States was established because some folks decided they wanted a change of scenery. They packed up, sailed across the ocean, and set up camp. But, oh boy, the new landlords weren't so friendly. They were more into taxation without representation. A real party pooper, if you ask me. So, these settlers said, enough is enough, and they went to war. And not just any war, a revolutionary war. The kind where you throw overpriced tea into the harbor and declare independence because, well, why not? And thus, the United States was born. A nation built on the principles of freedom, democracy, and a strong aversion to expensive beverages. So, whether it was a quest for greener pastures, a rebellious streak, or simply the desire to enjoy a cup of tea without breaking the bank, we can all agree that it's been quite the journey. And there you have it, folks. The United States, founded on the principles of freedom, democracy, and an intense dislike of overpriced beverages. God bless America indeed.